Yeah.
So Brendan Fraser goes to the British Museum and just shotguns all their stolen antiquities into like pieces. It's great. So Faraway Lucas and lovely audience at home, same question. What is your favourite part of The Mummy?
Well, is it the part where just the books go under the skin and it creeps me out every time?
How is that your favourite part? How is that
It's
your
the most
favourite part,
memorable part.
Lucas? I'm not putting that clip in. I don't want to put off the audience that soon into the video.
Oh, I hate mummies.
Even if you haven't watched The Mummy in a while, which I'd recommend, hey, go watch The Mummy. That movie whips ass. The Brendan Fraser version, not the terrible Tom Cruise version.
No.
One character who stands out to you might be the character of Beni. And Lucas, do you remember Beni?
I haven't watched it enough to be familiar with like the character names.
I'm going to send you a picture. You fucking know who Beni is. You know Beni.
Oh, God.
You know Beni,
Jesus.
right? Like,
Yeah.
one of my favourite running gags throughout The Mummy is just every time Brendan Fraser encounters Beni, he's like, fuck you, Beni, and just kicks his ass. It's one of the best running gags.
Yeah. Goodbye, Benny. Try not to lie to me.
And you might have found yourself hating Beni. Well, here's a fun fact. Did you know that literally everybody on set hated Beni? Including the Camels.
I thought you were going to give like a redemption story of like, well, it turns out Benny was a lovely guy on set.
Well, the actor who plays Beni, Kevin J. O'Connor, reportedly a lovely guy. But for reasons that nobody could quite explain, every animal working on set hated him.
Go on, Benny.
And I just found it really funny that the actor playing like the Weasley asshole character was hated by camels for no discernible reason.
He just has that negative aura, apparently.
Apparently he does, yeah. And like we have to talk about Beni because Kevin J. O'Connor's like performance is fantastic. I love just how much of a Weasley shit he is. It might be the best Weasley little shit performance, save for maybe like Brad Dourif as like Grime and Wormtongue.
Oh yeah, of course. Yeah, Wormtongue is
like no one is more like Weasley than Grime and Wormtongue. Like where he's like, oh your sister, I'll go fit, and also it's Brad Dourif.
He bore a strange ring.
Who's like fucking god tier actor. But Beni, he's so hateable.
I don't know if you can describe Wormtongue as Weasley though. I think he's slimy.
He's slimy. Yeah, like, maybe the thing is he's Weasley and he's slimy. He's a slimy little weasel.
Yeah.
But Beni is right up there alongside Wormtongue. He's one of those characters where just he's such a Weasley little shit. And you want him to get his comeuppance.
You're gonna get yours, Benny! You hear me? You're gonna get yours!
Oh, like I've never heard that before!
It's like, because he betrays everybody, and it only ever looks out for number one. Like, when he encounters, like, Immortal, right? One of the greatest moments where, like, the fucking mummy comes out, and he's like, okay, and he pulls out, like, the 15 different medallions with every world religion on there. Like,
I mean, hedge your bets,
hedge
right?
your fucking bets. Like, I'm not a religious or spiritual person, but I respect the idea of hedging your fucking bets in regards to religion. It's Pascal's wager taken to its logical extreme. People don't know what Pascal's wager is. Even if you aren't religious, if you consider yourself to be a logical person, you should still be religious because there's literally no downside. It's either you die and you just become worm food, or you go to heaven. And heaven lasts forever, so the gains are theoretically infinite. So there's no reason not to hedge your bets and at least be a little bit religious, like Beni is, where he's got all the world religions.
However, the problem with that wager is that you've got to pick the right religion.
You got to pick the right one. But then again, you've still that's still better odds than not having any, right? Like, 'cause he's the only character who encounters Imhotep who's not immediately killed.
The worms can have me. But yeah, I do like the idea of if you go in Tomb Raiding very specifically, that just bring every artifact you can for your protection.
Why not, right?
If none of them do anything, you're as well off as you were if you didn't have anything on you.
And the fact that Beni sells out everybody, he doesn't just sell out Brendan Fraser, he sells out humanity and starts working for Imhotep, right? To bring, like, the people who stole his jars back.
Look, you know, you've got to look out for number one, right?
That's the thing, Beni. I respect it. I respect the weasel move.
I don't think that I'd be the same in that situation, but I've got to respect that he's just like Beni number one, baby.
Yeah, that's the one. Like, there's only room for one person on this boat, and that person's Beni.
Goodbye, Beni.
And the fact that every time he encounters Brendan Fraser's character whoops his fucking ass, and it's so funny. It never gets old. One of my favourite moments in any movie is where just like Brendan Fraser walks into the room, sees Beni, and just throws that fucking wicker chair at him. And he nails him so hard.
Give respect to the actor for, you know, being so weaselly. No, just being so weaselly that no matter how many times he gets his ass kicked, you don't feel sorry for him.
Yeah, he's like, it's not enough, right? Like, you want him to get his ass beaten hard. Like I said, that chair hit is like the hardest I've ever seen an extra get hit by an object thrown at them.
Is it though, Karl? Because you bring up that moment in Dodgeball in the bar where the extra gets taken out.
Ball me, Blazer. Show them, friend.
The thing is, I think that extra sells that hit really well.
Yeah.
I don't think the actual dodgeball being thrown at him hurt that much. It probably hurt a little bit. But there's just that wicker chair and the sound effect it makes. And there's like... There is an interview with the director of like, we had to take the stuntman to the hospital after that because Brendan Fraser fucking nailed him. Like, Brendan Fraser walked in and fucking nailed that stuntman on the first take, and we took him to the hospital, and they like came back and went, we've never seen this before, but it turns out that his DNA is now 40% wicker chair. Just Brendan Fraser fucking nailed him.
It's like Bart just coming in with the chair on over.
It's like that. It's more the fact that he throws it at his ankles. He gets him right in the ankle. It's such a good hit. And again, you don't feel bad for Beni when it happens, because dude fucking deserved it. He's a piece of shit throughout the entire movie. An unrepentant piece of shit. And he does, he gets his due. He dies when, the scarabs get him. And he only dies because he refuses to put down the gold. And Brendan Fraser's character, I keep calling him Brendan Fraser, Rick O'Connell. He holds out his hand to try and save him.
Beni! Come on! Beni! Please! Come on!
Goodbye, Beni.
Even after everything he does, Rick O'Connell still wants to save him, but he's too greedy. And his greed ultimately is his downfall.
Yeah, it's like, no matter what, nobody deserves scarab death.
Nobody deserves scarab death, except for maybe Omid Jalil.
£500.
Walk off on that. And what else? I'm a very lonely man.
And speaking of great performances, Omid Jalil, when the scarab jumps into his arm, that effect is terrible. The effect of the scarab boring under his skin is terrible. His performance is harrowing. And as a little kid, I was always scared of the mummy when that happens to him, because his performance of man screaming because there is scarab in his skull sticks with me to this day.
Yeah, I'm terrified of that movie. Not actually, but I'm terrified of that scene.
I think a lot of people were scarred by that scene in particular. And they knew that because in each subsequent mummy movie, they bring the scarabs back. Because they know the scarabs are terrifying.
Go!
as I mentioned at the start of the film, it's not my favourite part, but it's definitely the bit that burrowed into my brain forever, and I'll never forget it.
For me, the moment that sticks out the most, just because I've never seen another movie do it, is where, like, Imhotep confronts Rick O'Connell. And he, like, screams in his face, and Brendan Fraser just looks at the mummy, screams back, and just blows him in half with a shotgun. And I just love the idea of facing down just unthinkable, unfathomable evil. I'm like, I'm just going to fucking shoot it.
If the shotgun's not going to work, you're going to die anyway.
It was like, yeah, it's an ancient, unknowable evil. Yeah, but he was around 1,000 years ago. He don't know about this boomstick, though, does it? And it works a little. The thing is, I like that the shotgun works a little bit.
It kind of works. And, like, yeah, is an ancient mummy going to be prepared for just a fucking shotgun?
No. It's like that scene in Buffy, right, where they talk about, oh, there's a vampire lord coming back, and he's, like, immune to the effects of all, like, human weaponry. It's like, yeah, that was, like, 1,000 years ago. I bet he's never heard of a fucking rocket launcher. And Buffy just shoots him with a rocket launcher.
You're a fool. No weapon forged can stop me.
That was then. This is now.
What's that do?
So yeah, it's a valid idea of just, okay, what about a rocket launcher though? Like, take the Resident Evil tech, let's go.
So, oh yeah, it's like, oh, it's a bioweapon that's immune to, like, you know, small arms. Well, what about big arms? Literally in the case of Chris Redfield, right? When he's just fucking suplexing those fuckers. It reminds me of that, like, great tweet that basically just addresses the same topic of, I know, like, Dracula's really tough, but has anyone tried hitting him with a car? Just going really, really fast. And speaking of, like, Brendan Fraser shotgunning mummies in half, that reminds me of a project I worked on briefly, but never really, like, put too much effort into, because I just knew I'd never get it monetized, and it's no context movie reviews, where I'd just take a movie scene from a movie I liked and describe it out of context in the stupidest way I could. The Karate Kid, 1984. An elderly Japanese man defeats a group of skeletons by repeatedly kicking them square in the balls as a kid dressed as a shower watches on in awe. 5 stars. And something that I actually enjoyed doing when I was working on that is cutting together, like, mini compilations of stuff that happens in the films. And now, a brief compilation of all the people who eat shit super hard during Rambo's escape. Now, please enjoy this brief compilation of John Wick spending a quantifiable percentage of the John Wick series' runtime being hit by cars. And now, a brief and incomplete compilation of all of the moments in the series that kind of guy will ruin for you.
I don't need it. I don't need it. I definitely don't need it. I don't need it. I don't need it. I don't need it. I don't need it.
And just for fun, I'm going to resurrect that format for one more out-of-context movie review of the Mummy movies. So, The Mummy, Brendan Fraser spends a quantifiable percentage of the film's screen time shotgunning mummies in half. And I'm just going to follow up with a montage of Brendan Fraser shotgunning mummies in half. But bringing it back to Beni, Lucas, as alluded to at the start, everyone on set, or should I say every camel on set, hated the actor. And no one could explain why.
Yeah, it's such a weird thing of just, giving off bad camel vibes, apparently.
Apparently the Camels just detected something about Kevin J. O'Connor. And it's weird, like, the actor's name is Kevin J. O'Connor, and Brendan Fraser's character is Rick O'Connell, which is why I've been calling him Brendan Fraser, because I don't want to get the two mixed up. But yeah, apparently, that actor, it's like, I hated filming on location in Morocco, because there's a lot of scenes that involve me having to be next to a camel, and literally every time I stood next to a camel, they spat at me. Every time.
You see that girl? She saved my neck.
And just all the camels hated him. They hated working with him, and they would not listen to his commands. So do you know, like, that moment in the film where he's like trying to drag a camel along? And it's full of gold, and it's like overladen with gold, and it's like refusing to budge. That wasn't acting. The camel legitimately hated him and just didn't want to do what he said.
I mean, you know, maybe you should stop just putting tons of gold on top of camels.
Well, that was fake gold. Like in the movie, it makes sense. Like, the camel doesn't want to move because it's overladen with gold. Behind the scenes, that's a camel carrying some fake gold. It's not overburdened at all, but it still refused to move because it just didn't like it.
It's still just being a dick. I have to wonder, just...
What
did he do to the camels?
Well, apparently he didn't do anything. Just the camels didn't like him and he couldn't explain why. And they had to, like, get to the point where they had to reduce his screen time alongside camels because they couldn't film shots with him because the camels kept spitting at him. And just every time he was on set with a camel, it'd spit on him.
Oh god, that's so bizarre. I don't understand why. They couldn't just find one camel that gets along with him.
It's just the idea of just dude was hated by the camels.
I still have to wonder what he did to them.
Well, maybe there's just something about him he didn't like. Maybe it's the hat. There's a skill to playing a character who just looks... You look at them and like, I feel unclean.
Mm-hmm.
So there's just something about, like, you know, Beni where he's always sweating. Just something about, like, it makes me want to shower when I see Beni. Because, like, they were filming on location in Morocco. They were legit fucking sweaty.
Yeah, but most of the characters came across as, like, a glistening sweat and not just sweaty.
Yeah, not just, like, teraflop sweat.
God. Because, I mean, The Mummy is one of those movies that everyone talks about. Like,
it's great.
Why is everyone hot?
Oh, yeah, like, there's that, like, speaking like great tweets, it's like, you don't, like, you know, become bisexual out of nowhere, you just watch The Mummy and realise that you like both main characters. Because it might be the hottest cast in a film.
It's up there, right?
Yeah, like, down to, like, you know, the actor playing the mummy. Like, 'cause that dude's fucking handsome, and then his wife as well, like, the lady that he falls in love with, right?
Mm-hmm.
Fucking Immortal, I don't know what the name, like, the Mummy S is, but, like, fucking hell, it is a stacked cast in regards to, like, the hotness of the actors in it. And you know what, Lucas? I would one day like to do an episode on Wiki Weekends about the Mummy movie specifically. So if anyone would like to see us do that, go over to the channel Wiki Weekends, found in the description and the pinned comment below. It's the second channel myself and Lucas run, where we find a wiki on a subject we're interested in, go through it, and see what kind of conversation arises as a result. And it would give us an excuse to rewatch The Mummy. Maybe The Mummy 2, definitely not The Mummy 3.
I'm not watching The Mummy 3. No.
You don't want to see, like, Jet Li with his CGI Yetis?
I don't even want to know what that sentence meant. I don't want to know.
That's the thing. One of the CGI in the first Mummy movie, and the second Mummy movie especially, like, with that terrible CGI, like, rock scorpion monster.
Scorpion King, yeah.
But the costuming on that first Mummy movie is really fucking good. Like, the costumes, the sets, because obviously a lot of they filmed on location in Morocco, in a lot of, like, ruins and stuff that look really fucking cool. And it's like Jordan, I think, like the Petra ruins in Jordan. You also have, like, it's not a great moment, but it is one of my favourite lines. Do you like those line reads that make you just feel powerful? Like, you have, like, you know, mention Lord of the Rings, you have, like, you know, like, for Frodo, and just run straight in.
For Frodo.
Mm-hmm.
Like those line reads that make you like, I want to go out there and just, like, you know, fist fight some fucking werewolves or something. There's a great moment where it's like the army of Anubis. That's who the bad guys in The Mummy 2 are trying to resurrect. And you have, like, I forget the name of the people who live in the sand who, like, try and protect the temple. But they're fighting, like, this infinitely spawning army of, like, Anubis dog warriors. And just the guy just looks at them all, just raises his sword into the sky and just screams till death. And they just charge at the infinite army of CGI wolf monsters. It's great. In that vein, any lines like that, Lucas, that just make you feel like, yeah! Like line reads that make you feel like you could fight a battle. Like when you hear, like, for Frodo, and Aragorn runs in, like, I want to run into the screen. I want to watch this shit in 3D so I can run in alongside him.
I mean, I'm surprised you didn't say for Gondor.
I like the for Frodo moment, though. Where it's like where the entire army of the dead comes in behind him. It feels like super sick. You know what I mean, though, right? Those line reads, that it's just like those like battle cries. Because I'll be honest, hey, as much fun as Endgame was, that like Avengers Assemble was a really bad line read. He didn't even say assemble. It's like Avengers Assemble under his voice. And it's completely overshadowed by Chris Hemsworth going Bleh! That's the exact noise he makes.
Avengers!
Assemble.
Yeah, I much prefer the line read of "I can do this all day," of just like that little bit just beforehand of him absolutely just he's been clapped by Thanos, and it's like, "No man, I'm all right. My arm's just shattered. I can do this."
Like resetting his broken arm with like the broken shield.
So I've got this. Don't worry, I can do this all day.
That's a much better line than Avengers Assemble. He doesn't even. He should scream it. Like when like Captain America says it in the cartoons, and you get like the full on like just like Avengers Assemble, raising the shield into the sky.
Yeah, this one could be a problem.
Avengers, assemble!
He was having a rough day though.
He was having a rough fucking day, but surely some adrenaline's got to kick in at some point, right?
Do have to give a shout out to X-Men 97 having the balls to say, "For me, my X-Men."
Yeah, it's wild.
To me, my X-Men.
10 live-action X-Men movies we never once had a To Me, My X-Men.
To me, my X-Men.
God, they need to learn a lesson and just get straight in there with
To
X-Men.
Me, My X-Men. We had a conversation about it the other day, didn't we? Of like, as much as the MCU has leaned into dumb comic book stuff, one of the few things they've not embraced and are seemingly still kind of embarrassed by is the idea of catchphrases. Like in the MCU, some of the characters do have recurring phrases like "I can do this all day," like Tony Stark's like "I am Iron Man," but they don't have like the catchphrases from the comics, like you said, like the Avengers Assemble, "To me, my X-Men."
I mentioned again the other day. Just the fact that in the Fantastic Four movie that they're scared of saying it's clobbering time, and then obviously they do it one time, but most of it is just like, oh, isn't this a joke from the comic books or the cartoons or whatever, and he's embarrassed to say it, and it
makes even less sense for the Fantastic Four, because the whole idea as established in that movie is that the Fantastic Four are established heroes that people love. Having a catchphrase is going to be great to reassure people that you are there. Like, it reminds me of like My Hero Academia, right? Where like, "Oh my, why do you have like the big hair spikes? Like, so people can see me." When people see that silhouette and they see that big smile that I do, they know that a hero has arrived to help them.
Yeah, he says something along the lines of like, they see my smile and they know that everything's going to be okay, and that's an important thing, right? And you know, even that, they have the plus ultra, and everyone goes in on it.
Everyone like is. To the point where even Endeavor's like, "I fucking hate this line," but it does power you up. But it saying plus ultra before an attack raises the budget by a quantifiable %. It needs to be said.
You know that when they say plus ultra, the move's gonna hit.
Go beyond! Plus!
And, you know, I love something like No Way Home, for example, but the fact that we never got, like, a triple maximum spider going on between 3 different Spider-Men.
There should have been the most unbelievable beatdown imaginable happening to, like, Green Goblin, right? Green Goblin, it should have been, like, a combo video in Marvel vs. Capcom of just how long, like, they were, like, whooping his ass.
Yeah, there was no wombo combo in. It was just a calm down, Peter. It's going to be okay.
Can you imagine how much ass 3 Spider-Men at once would fucking whomp? You'd have no chance.
That's the thing, they take down what? Like, essentially a Sinister Six team between 3 of them. Imagine 3 Spider-Men on one of them.
Yeah. It's like, have you ever seen those videos people did, like, with the release like that Spider-Man 2 for PS5, of seeing how hard they can beat a criminal without the game saying that they killed them? And there's one, I want to put the clip in because it's fucking incredible. The guy somehow manages to get a criminal like a mile into the sky by just like chaining together a bunch of moves and then just hits him like 5,000 times.
I'm stuck!
It's like Spider-Man stop, he's already dead.
Yeah. Like, where's that? Where's that in the live action movies? Like, where are our quips?
Yeah.
Like with Wolverine, right? Like, where's my Berserker barrage?
Oh god, yeah.
Like, the closest we get
So
is
cool.
Hank McCoy, where they got Kelsey Grammer to say "Buy my stars and garters," and you can tell that he's pissed off that he had to say it.
A little bit, but they also just slipped them an extra paycheck.
They did. It's like, just say "Buy my stars and garters." It's a stupid line. Yeah, it's from a comic book.
Yeah.
Kelsey,
you're currently
you're blue.
a giant blue beast man.
When do you think he was talking about that? Like, in the full fucking beast outfit? Like, this line's a bit silly. It's like, Kelsey, you're blue. And we're going to CGI you to do fucking backflip combos on a man who looks like a porcupine. Say the line.
Henry, this is Logan. He's
Wolverine. I hear you're quite an animal.
Look who's talking.
I rewatched like the Raimi movies like a couple months ago, and I always just burst out laughing. I enjoy like that "you can't do this to me" scene, like with the board, like "you're out now, Osborn." And they say, "Yeah, we're going to like whatever his competitors are because they've developed something that's better than your like glider suit." And it's just like the guy in like the fucking bubble mech floating 2 foot off the ground, and it's like, I'm not surprised Green Goblin flies in laughing if he saw that. It's like, this is my competition.
Closing fast. What the hell is that? Can you see anything? Oh my god.
Did any of you watch that glider demonstration? Like, really? Because it wasn't even close. It was like the Iron Man 2 scene, right? Where just they compare these, like, oh, here's videos of people getting killed by, like, Hammer's technology and stuff.
Yeah, like, this is how bad, like, Hammer's version of my technology is. And it's just like, but the military guy in the first Spider-Man movie is like, yeah, he's better than Osborn's stuff. It's like, Osborn developed like personal propulsion technology that can allow a single soldier to fly in and take out a fortified bunker in 2 seconds. They built a fucking coffin with a jetpack attached.
Yeah, basically.
I don't understand like how in the logic of the movie that is supposed to be seen as like better than what Osborn had.
Yeah.
Even if it's not got the super soldier serum or the Goblin formula, surely just that flight suit and the glider would be enough to like give that to your military.
Mm-hmm. Like, they do such a bad job of making it even seem like any kind of viable competitor to make it make any sense.
Yeah. Also, the idea as well, it's like we've got to go back to formula. It's like, but we've got personal propulsion technology and bunker buster bombs that are like this big.
And look, if you just use the Goblin formula on your soldiers, you send them a little bit insane, it's gonna be fine, right? It's gonna be fine.
Do you think as well I can call it the Goblin formula in meetings? I've always wondered this.
I've developed the Goblin formula. What do you mean? Well, it's going to turn you into an insane Goblin
All I
creature.
can think is like Willem Dafoe in the boardroom. It'd be like, look, we've developed this new thing. It's called the Goblin formula, and everyone is bored. It's like, I'm sorry, what? It's like, the Goblin formula. Any questions? And someone says, why the Goblin formula? And that person got fired. It's like, it's the fucking Goblin formula.
And he jumps on the table and goes, ah!
Like, he's giving the meeting on the glider, right, as he goes around the boardroom.
Oh god, what a stupid fun movie.
Oh, it's great.